Hello fellow woodworkers and welcome to this week's edition of the Garage Workshop and the Workshop blog for the month of March. Roll the intro. In these blogs, I like to give you a little bit of an update on what's been happening on the channel. Now, as it was a shorter month after February and I posted the blog for February at the beginning of March, there have actually only been 2 videos on the channel this month. The first one was my review of the Parkside 3-in-1 drill, and the second one was my latest video, which is on the miter saw station. Now that is a 2-part video. The second part of that video hopefully will be out next week, but as I said in part 1, that's been quite an epic build and it's taken a lot of time, and I have taken my time with it, and it reminds me a little bit of having a discussion about how the channel works. I know I mentioned this in the last blog, but making these videos, I have a full-time job, the same as many of you do, I am sure. Making these videos is something that I do for me. It's not something that I ever thought I would end up doing, but my experience in woodworking, I think, has been very typical of a lot of your experiences. So I documented it more for me than anything else, and the channel getting to the stage it's getting to has surprised me as much as it has you. But these videos are usually filmed in my spare time over a weekend, and sometimes when life gets involved or when I get really busy or when I really want to take my time around a project, it can take longer to produce the content, which is why there's been a mixture of sort of reviews, tool reviews, and builds spaced out amongst all of my videos since the beginning of January. But having said that, the videos are really well received by you. My 3-in-1 drill video got a lot of comments about the sort of unfair comparison between the drill and an impact driver, and I totally get that. And actually, having reviewed it, I think including the impact driver was really a bit of a red herring, because the only reason I included it was because it was the only tool I have that has an equivalent power to the drill. So that was the reason it was in, but having watched the video again, I can sort of see how it skewed that video, which of course was not my intention. Now, we've also had the first part of my new miter saw workstation. Now, I am incredibly proud of this. If you've seen my last video, it dropped last week, this is without a shadow of a doubt the best thing that I have ever made in terms of quality. It's so precise, it's so detailed, and I really took my time. And I'm in the middle of filming the second part to this, which will be out next week, which I think hopefully you will appreciate. And just a little bit about my actual process of making these videos. As I said, I filmed them across the weekend. To film them, I've got a little GoPro. It's a Hero 8. That's what I'm recording now on, and I've got an old mobile phone that I also use for some of the shots. So it's a really basic setup. It's a setup that any of you could use if you want to start your own woodworking channel. So all of these videos that I've been looking at this month, I'm going to put a link in the description. I might try and see if I can do a playlist, but the first one is this one, and it's by Woodshop Junkies. I think this is a channel that I've mentioned before, but this video is about a table saw stand for garage workshops. It's a really, really good video. I love the style, and I would describe this channel as being, it's got about 250,000, but it's sort of halfway between somewhere like my channel and somewhere like Michael Arms or Bourbon Moth. It's sort of in the middle. It's a really good video, really easy to follow, very, very smoothly presented, and a really, really clever piece of furniture that's made at the end of the stand at the end. I watched it when I was preparing to make my miter saw station, and I have to say I really enjoyed it. So if you don't know Woodshop Junkies, then give a channel a look out, and in particular have a look at this video. I just really enjoyed it. It's well worth a watch. The second video comes from Start Making Woodworking, and Mark's channel is a favourite of mine. I look at all of his videos. I don't watch them all, not everything appeals to me, but this one is really good. And one of the finishing options that I considered for both my workbench and my new mitre saw station was a sort of vinyl or veneer on the top, and Mark does that in his video, and the thing that's sort of putting me off, I have to say, is I don't feel 100% I would necessarily be able to do it, and it is very expensive getting that sort of laminate veneer to go on the top of wood. It is really pricey, so I'm going to have a think about it, because my workbench in particular is showing a bit of use, which of course I wanted it to do. That's not a problem, and as I said when I built it, very happy to just recover it with more wood. But to be honest, the price of wood at the moment, it's probably going to be cheaper to use laminate. And this is something that Jason Hibbs did in one of his videos when he made his ultimate outfeed table. He used it as well, and it looks pretty straightforward to me, but really, really worth a watch. And some of the things that Mark goes through when he talks about his thought processes of building it, really interesting. Now, Mark chose to do a sort of CLS sort of stud timber frame for his. Now, I deliberately didn't do that when I made my mitre saw stand, and the reason was I simply wanted to keep the weight down. But Mark's trolley, his small workshop bench, is not finished. There's a series of videos, I think. He's basically just made the outside, but he has given a reveal of what it looks like at the end. So if you're thinking of building any sort of bench or something for a workshop, it's really well worth a watch, particularly when he talks about how he got around the size and what he was thinking in terms of the usability of it at the end. So the second video is the ultimate workshop workbench video from Start Making Woodworking. The last video that I want to draw your attention to this month is based on some research I'm doing about storage options that I would like to have in the garage workshop, and it's a video by Matthew Peach, and it's called Transforming Storage Shelf Stroke Workbench, and it is a really fantastic video. Now, I do have to give a little bit of a heads up. Matthew Peach is not the only person on the internet, the only woodworker that has come up with this idea of having a foldable bench that when it's laid out gives you a big long flat surface. I think he uses his thickness of planer on his, and when it's folded up it gives you additional storage above and beyond. It's sort of quite hard to explain, but it all works on a really clever sort of lever system based around wood, and it reminds me so much of something that John Heiss would do, the way it's done. But Matthew's really good video. He explains everything bit by bit. Is very, very clear. I think he might even have some plans for this video, but it's just something completely off the wall, and I never would have thought of anything like this if I was coming up. I know. Now, having said that, I'm not sure it's something that I could potentially make in the garage workshop, but it has given me a really good idea about some upcoming modifications I want to make to some of my existing storage. And again, if you are very tight on space and you're always looking for space-saving ideas, then Matthew's video, I can't recommend it highly enough. Again, I'll put a link to this and the other videos in the comments or in the description for the video, and I'll try and do a... Okay, so lastly in this month's roundup is just a little bit of an explanation about some of the upcoming videos I've got going. I've got a few reviews of things that I've been sent. I mentioned in the last video about my Temu one, which I'm going to film coming up. There's quite a lot of information that Temu want, and they want to be able to see the video, so that's going to take a little bit longer. But one of my upcoming videos is for this, the Parkside HVLP paint spray gun. Now, I bought this, I'm not going to lie, because I want to paint my garden fence. But if you have this product and you use it at home, please put in the comments what you think. Is it good? Is it not good? I actually got a really good deal on this. I got some money off from my little plus card, so I paid less for it, much like I did with the 3-in-1 drill. But if you have this product, please let me know what you think of it, whether you think it's worth the money or not. And I've also got an upcoming video about a laser level and a 3D printer, so lots of things to look forward to. And of course, I've got the second part of my mitre station build coming up. So thanks very much for watching this March blog. If you are new to the channel, please can I ask you to subscribe, like and comment. If you're a regular viewer, thank you so much. And again, don't forget to like and comment. Let me know what you think about the things I mentioned in the video and about this spray gun. I hope you have a fantastic week, and I'll catch you on next week's edition of the Garage Workshop. Take care, fellow woodworkers.